Bye, Baxter. See ya. Baxter turned his heels and strolled back to his audience, back to his suitcase, picking it up and bringing it to his condo. You and Cove were silent as Baxter unlocked the door and disappeared inside the house. With him completely out of the scene, Cove let out a long breath. I don't know how I'm gonna explain that guy to my dad. You burst into a flood of laughter, trying to imagine the conversation. Either of you, two of you, Baxter, be honest. Are you poly? I don't think he's poly. I think he's just a do you like it when people say that sort of stuff about people? It's okay to do it? Never mind. At least the job is done. We saw the new neighbor and now we can go meet up with Terry and Miranda. Yeah, we should get going. You gave Boxer's condo one last glance over your shoulder. You weren't sure how to feel. A man whore? Men can be sluts too, okay? Men can be sluts too. No distinction. I don't need to use gendered language. Men are the same. Okay, I'm gonna say I wasn't sure how to feel. He's flirty, but I also don't know his business. Honestly, you don't know if you could ever come to a conclusion about him. Baxter was just so different. Turning your attention back to Cove, you pushed all your thoughts of Baxter aside. You both started making your way towards town. A while later, oh, we've hit time. Okay, so I want to at least see the two new baddies before we head out and finish for the day. But we have hit time. What's wrong? I think I heard my phone. You dug your cell phone out and looked at it with a satisfied grin. There was a new message. You opened the new text from Miranda and all you saw was, I can see you. Or I can see you. Immediately, from where you stood, you started swiveling your head around. You couldn't spot Miranda anywhere, but she did send you more messages. I can see you looking. Really, Randy? Really, Randy? The message was sent, and you went back to looking around, scanning around for any sign of movement and familiar faces, but they were still invisible. Cove looked at you carefully, raising an eyebrow. You burst into laughter. Oh, 3 and 4 both sound good. You know, I burst into laughter at her antics, because she can see me, so there you go. Cove looked at you puzzled, raising an eyebrow. He crossed his arms. What's happening? Before you can even begin explaining to Cove, you both snapped your attention from the yelling across the street. There you saw Miranda and Terry coming out from behind the backside wall of the grocery store. They both started waving to draw even more attention to themselves. Okay, we're hoping for these two baddies. We're hoping for these two baddies. Cove took a step in their direction. Grinning, he put his hands around his mouth to better project his message across the street. Hey! Laughing and arm, the girl stopped only to look both ways and then rushed across the empty street. Hi. Hi. I hope you weren't waiting for too long.
Hey, buddies.
Hey, buddies. Okay. Personal opinion? I think Miranda's more of a cutie than Terry. Terry needs to put on a few more pounds, but not bad. Hi. Honestly, this would be my real life answer. I thought you both knew better than the jaywalk, but then again, I'm one of those Law and Order types, so. Oh. How'd you guys appear out of nowhere like that? Jaywalking? They started giggling again. Terry glanced at Miranda, wondering what their story should be. It was magic. Okay, Miranda has pretty eyes. Gesturing in a vaguely whimsical manner, Terry went along with the decision. And the magicians never reveal their secrets. Ooh. That's fair. Terry then closed the distance between her and Cove and crushed him in a painfully tight hug. You're finally here. It's so long. What took you? He did his best to eke out a reply with his chest being compressed. Sorry! Eventually, she let him go. Terry looked at him with a beaming smile, but Cove was distracted, rubbing his arms. Standing there, Miranda shuffled her plate to her hip. She watched Cove patiently with a bashful smile. Welcome back. Thanks. It finally felt official. Everyone was together in one place. From here, you weren't sure how often you would have another afternoon like this again. They didn't either. Cove! Terry poked Cove square in the chest. You're gonna have to give me your schedule by this time yesterday. It's not really possible, Terry. But I can say as soon as I know. So far, work hasn't said anything, but I can tell you I'm busy with Orca activities. When Cove wasn't at his part-time job or pursuing his athletic and academic interests, he volunteered at the Ocean Restoration California affiliation, Orca. Okay, real talk. This is see this evidence, unrealistic expectations, part-time job, an athlete, and trying to go to school and volunteering. Okay, realistically, you can have at most 3 of those, but there's no way you can balance all 4. Just impractical. Unrealistic man. False pretenses. He's lying about one of those. I don't know which one of the 4, but he's lying about one of them. The group focused on cleaning up beaches and removing pollution from the ocean. Cole always loved the sea. It didn't surprise you one bit when he started getting involved with them. Remember, this is summer vacation. True. It was Cove's activity. Let's be real. Cove has been all about that life since he was young. Probably athlete in school. He ain't doing those 2. Yeah, he probably isn't studying or being an athlete. In which case, legitimate point. Their big smash event for the year is coming up, isn't it? Yeah. There's not much more to do before then, but I'm kind of looking forward to a fundraising push. You nodded, wondering how the event would turn out this year. I know you can do it. Even if it goes bad, I'll still look good on a college application at least. Huh, that's true. Hey, guess what else? We don't have to stand here and say stuff. Let's go. I would like a meal now. Perking up, Cove nodded in agreement. Yeah, for sure. The 4 of you headed into town, happily chatting the whole way. The only decision left was where exactly to stop and eat. The rest of the afternoon was an evening passed by in a blink of an eye. When night fell, it was time to go home. You parted ways with Miranda and Terry. Okay, should I continue, or do you think this is a natural stopping point? Should I at least finish the night? I think I should finish the night, and then at the end of the night, call it. You and Cove reached your neighborhood without an event. It was late enough that your out-of-the-way street was dark and silent. I'm not gonna make him piggyback me again. You strolled with a skip in your step. Days like today, filled with good food and good company, left you feeling energized. Hell yeah. Extrovert after the night save. Okay. As you walked alongside Cove, you peered at his face out of the corner of your eyes. You wondered why it felt so distant to you. It was out of character. For a while, Cove silently stared ahead and left you alone with your thoughts. He does look better at night. It surprised you when you did hear his voice all of a sudden. He still wouldn't look at you. It feels weird coming back to the neighborhood and trying to get things like they're the same. And they're not. They've changed. They're still changing. That's some good lyric. That's some good writing. Your mouth felt uncomfortably dry all of a sudden. It was true. Things that kept the people you knew together were starting to disappear. Each person had to make their own priorities and their own path now that wasn't set for them. You thought your own immediate future. You're still set on that for yourself. You wanted to go to school full time. Uh, should I work part-time? Nah, I'm rich. And that was the basics. For education, you thought you'd go to public university. And for that, you wanted to... Oof. Go to a different part of the state. It'd all be happening so soon. You've already applied to schools. And you've been open to your situation. Now you wonder what Cove had in mind. You've heard him consider some things for his future, but never anything that he counted as a real plan. Making it back home, you both stopped in the middle of the street. Cove sighed. Cove looked at the ground for a moment. His mouth trembled, trying to settle on the right words to say. So, you're planning on going... Wait, what? Yeah, okay. I thought we were in Hawaii. We're in... Okay, you know what? I suck at knowing this. So you're planning on going to school and stuff in another part of California? Yeah. Cove closed his eyes and nodded while he composed his thoughts. He looked at you when he lifted his head. I decided on something. Well, kinda. He smiled slightly and rubbed his arm. And then his expression grew more serious. I'm not gonna decide on school or career, not this summer. I'm gonna stay here, at least in Sunset Bird. I'll probably move out of my dad's place. I'll keep working my job, doing my volunteer stuff and everything else. Maybe I'll know what I want for myself by fall or next year. Or maybe I'll never have a plan. Life will continue on with whatever's happening. I'm not gonna crush myself trying to get everything figured out by a timeline that someone else has set. I just can't do it. His brow furrowed and his tone was tense. It was clear how much his expectations were weighing on him. I know that's not very exciting, but it's the best I can do right now. He laughed self-derisively, but the way his face looked, you thought he'd actually wanted to cry. You looked at him deeply. That your plan sounds very you. Nothing about his plan surprised you. Honestly, you felt like you should have seen it coming, but regardless, you had to support him every step of the way. He exhaled, releasing some tension in his shoulders. Thanks for hearing me out on this. You know him well enough that Cove wasn't feeling completely better about the way things were. No matter what's happening, I want you to know you won't ever lose me. That I won't really be gone. I'll still be there for you the best I can, whether it's long distance or whatever else. Cove's whole expression softened. His lips pulled to an affectionate smile. For you deserve to have everything you want in life. You're wonderful. Your voice came out softly and sincere. Looking at you fondly, Cove took a step closer. He placed a hand on your shoulder. The warmth from his proximity helped relax you. He spoke to you softly, wholeheartedly. He meant every word. Things are hard right now. It scares me, but it'll be okay. It'll be more than okay. Now that things are up to us, we can make our lives better than they ever were. You believed him. No matter how daunting the future could be, he was right. You would be okay. Deeply, you met Cove's gaze. You nodded. With that expression morphed into a look of carefree confidence. Clearly, he was still struggling with this topic, and you wondered what else might be on his mind. This was a start, I think. But it's not over, is it? We're gonna have to keep talking about it going forward. Yeah. Cove softly reiterated his promise. It'll all be okay. We'll still always be there for each other.